Heidi.
And I'm Byron.
And we are sailing Schmitten. Our boat is in the background. It's a 42-foot Jeanneau Sun Odyssey. We just moved it here to Kemah, Texas from Lake Texoma. Here's the rest of our sailboat. The other side, on the deck, we have our version of the dinghy, which is called a portaboat. It's a foldable boat, and we decided to go with this one instead of an inflatable. In the coming months, we'll get to see how that works out for us. One of the first projects that we wanted to do to get ready to go cruising in the ocean is to install a new anchor and chain. On Texoma, we had a 45-pound anchor, and our rode was part rope and part chain. And to cruise in the ocean and anchor in the bays and protected anchorages, we wanted to at least have a 65-pound anchor and a full rode of full chain. And so we'll keep our other anchor and its chain as a backup system or a secondary anchoring system. So Byron and I decided to order our anchor and chain a few weeks ago, and it arrived at the Mantis warehouse in Houston, and so we needed to go pick it up. Unfortunately, we returned our U-Haul truck a day too soon, and so we were going to have to figure out how to get the anchor and the chain in our car. Here we are to pick up our chain in our vehicle, and we have 250 foot of chain. They say it weighs 500 pounds?
640, I think.
640, and they looked at our car and said, oh, you've got a small car, is it going to work? And so now there's a little bit of doubt, but we'll see what happens. And we have a nice rain going here. So. Thankfully, the folks here at Mantis have put some cardboard in our car so we can lay the chain in the back seat. Here we are at the Mantis warehouse, and it's always great to load your chain in the rain. Good day. It's the day after we picked up our anchor and chain from the Mantis warehouse in Houston, and Byron's busy putting it together. Just a few minutes ago, he put together the snubber and the bridle, and this is the part of the anchoring system that keeps your boat from tugging on the anchor as it moves in the current. So here is one part of the anchor, and he's getting ready to attach this arm to the anchor. And then there's also another part. I call it the hoop. Where's the hoop? Oh, there it is, right there. So this is a 65-pound anchor, and we currently have a 45-pound anchor, but we needed to get a secondary anchor anyway, and so we did research and figured out that this would be the right size for our boat. Here we are on Saturday morning. I'm trying to install our new anchor and chain. We ran into a little problem with our anchor locker. So our anchor locker, we got the old chain and the old anchor out, and we were going to clean it out because it's pretty gross, and then it got clogged with some of the muck that was in there. Can't quite get the hose to flush it out. We used the boat pole to try to knock the gunk out, but that's not working. So Byron said, hey, let's set up the porta boat and go down there and try to unclog it from the drain outside the boat. This will be interesting. We got our porta boat set up. It was a lot harder on the deck than it was at home. There's our friendly snake. So this is like part 4 of trying to clean our anchor locker. And I'm not sure I should go into everything that just happened, but well, okay, so basically what happened was we finally got the porta boat put together, and then we were going to raise it with the extra halyard to put it into the water, and the halyard was not rigged to the winch, and so we couldn't put the porta boat in the water. But just about the time we folded up the porta boat, some friends came by that we just met like a couple weeks ago, and they offered to let us borrow their dinghy so that we could try to clean out the drain hole of the anchor locker. And so Byron's getting started on that. Here's Byron in our friend's dinghy, and he's got a little well, I think they're called pipe cleaners, that he's going to try to clean out the drain with. So Byron used the pipe cleaner to unclog the drain, and we just have to shoot out a little more stuff with water. And there he is in the dinghy with his little pipe cleaner. All right, so we have success. Look how clean it is. Thank you, Byron. I'm gonna untie him and we'll return the dinghy. So our next step in the process is to now try to get our new anchor and chain into the anchor locker. Meanwhile, all the rides at the Kemah amusement area are going full force because it's a Saturday, and so all the families are out to enjoy the Kemah boardwalk. So here's our beautiful new Mantis anchor that we hope will keep us secure at the anchorages that hopefully we get to go to soon. And then here's our chain. It's all flaked out on the dock, and our friends even helped us bring it up here in some carts, the dock carts, and they helped us flake it out. It's laid out in sections of 25 feet, and what we are planning to do is to the part where the cardboard is, we're going to spray paint the chain so that when we're using the chain with the anchor, lowering it or raising it, we know exactly how many feet of chain we've put out. So it's beautiful, galvanized, and it weighs a lot and costs a lot of money, but it's worth it for the peace of mind that we hope we will have. Here we are. We're moving along. We went up to Home Depot and got our spray paint, and this painter extraordinaire right here. And so we have about 75% humidity, and so we'll just be watching this paint dry and hoping that it will dry. We only have a little bit more daylight, so probably won't get the chain into the anchor locker tonight, but it's always good to save some work for tomorrow.
Want to bet?
So it begins the process of getting the chain connected to the anchor locker and then pulling it up using our electric windlass. So should be interesting. Welcome aboard, chain. Oops. It was kind of a muddy mess, but we did it. This was a muddy mess. Galveston Bay is full of black mud on the bottom, I guess. I don't know why. I expected anything different. we're at this point. We pulled all the chain into the anchor locker, and Byron is connecting the anchor to the chain.
Safety wire is just something that you make twist in, right? But you want to make sure that you know the direction the bolt needs to be turned, right? So you twist it in the proper direction once you know that the bolt has to be turned. And then you go around and stabilize it onto something else. And unfortunately, my safety wire pliers are at home, or else I would be doing this. A long way to twist. Or else I'd be doing this with a nice pair of pliers, and all the wraps would be beautiful and all that mess. But it is Veterans Day, and this is the type of garbage I used to do every single day of my life when I was working on aircraft for the Air Force. So I guess it says something. So now we are wrapped in a tightening direction. The bolt cannot come out. I'll just put a few more wraps on and then we will cut it. All right. Heidi is doing her first windlass with the new anchor. Go ahead, Heidi. Bring her up.
Let it settle. Beautiful! Wow!
Muddy mess. It's beautiful.
We had success getting our anchor and chain installed, and it was super exciting that evening when we got it all done in one day. And of course, I had a few concerns when we started the project, because I had thought, what if we drop the anchor into the water and without the chain? And but that didn't happen, thankfully. Of course, if that had happened, we could have hired a scuba diver to go down and retrieve it, but that didn't happen, and also we didn't drop our chain into the ocean without it being attached to the anchor locker, so that was great too. There's a little backstory about the pipe cleaner that we used to clean out the anchor locker drain, and that is that the only reason that we had that pipe cleaner is because we had a whole package of these pipe cleaners, and it was kind of an accident that we had them. My mom, in the last few years of her life, was ordering crazy stuff from Publishers Clearinghouse, trying to win the prize, and she was just kind of like her little game that she played, trying to win the money. And so she had ordered these pipe cleaners, and I think she paid like $28 for them, and they're labeled as drain snakes, set of 16. And so funny thing was, she lived in an apartment, and if her drain were to get clogged, all she had to do was call maintenance. But she wanted to have these pipe cleaners, and so when my sister and I were cleaning out her apartment and her assisted living facility, I found the pipe cleaners, and I thought, oh, those would be useful on the boat. And so for cleaning things, and sure enough. So thanks, Mom.